Hello and welcome to this best of 3 series between Alrik and Akkeinn. This is game 2. We have a Greenskins versus Warriors of Chaos. Be sure to like and subscribe for more games and let's get into it. So, Road to Talabheim, Greenskins versus Warriors of Chaos. We have a Savage Orc Great Shaman, which is a cool pick. Usually, come on. Yeah, that's the proper way, right? Okay, he is done with his little speech, so now we can actually start the game. So when it comes to the side of the Greenskins and Alrik, he has a couple of Forest Goblin Spider Riders and basically the Morgreb's Magi Marauders. So these guys are probably one of the best, if not the best, skirmish cavalry in the game, just because that they have freaking 10 to 1 armor piercing. Are you crazy? That is absolutely insane. So them having this is basically they can shoot into anything that's armored and basically get their values worth. Plus, they're just 600, so you just take them in literally every matchup. They're basically the same as Ruglad's Armored Error Boys, which are like the best, one of the best, if not the best unit when it comes to the orc side. These guys also look super cool, man. Like riding spiders, pretty cool. Other than this, we have a battle line of some orcs and actually some black orcs as well. Black orcs, great weapons, so armor piercing. So basically, what Alrik is saying, I am going to go forward to you, and then you're gonna be run over by the both armor wall that I have, and you're not going to be able to break my armor wall with any sort of your infantry that goes into it. Though this can be very risky, especially with the advent of bearmen, but I believe at this point bearmen were removed, right? I'm not sure if this game was played on the previous patch. Yeah, it seems that bearmen were removed, so the walk technically does not have any access to marauder bearmen, especially the great weapon kind, so black orcs are definitely back on the menu. Though you gotta be kind of careful about a hell cannon, but he actually has tech for the Hell Cannon. Gaze of Mork overcasted and then undercasted actually kills a Hell Cannon. So he's ready for that. And on the other side, we have from Akkeinn, we have a cool death squad, which is Akkeinn with Burning Head, Searing Doom, and Slayer of Kings, Kindle Flame, the standard kit, with Strykars, with Sign of Depravity. Man, I love using Strykar on the side of Walk. It is so cool to just have a unit that can go forward, make your opponent a blob if they're not careful, and then you just have the Sign of Depravity basically carry your game, right? Especially with a strong duelist lord, which is like Akkeinn. So other than that, we got the Demon Spew. Very interesting choice. I don't see Demon Spew that often. And then a bunch of Marauders, some Trolls, and yeah, more Trolls. Pretty much nothing special, just a standard line. And it seems like that from the walk side, it's going to be a build-up. Because you're not going to run with Marauders into your opponent. If you are, you're crazy, man. And he's just going to try and stand on some points, especially because he sees that the orc side has nothing when it comes to shooting, right? You're not really afraid of your Marauders getting shot at by the Morgreb's Magi Marauders. Their shots are too cost effective for them to be shooting into Marauders. And as you can see, Alrik knows that too, and he basically turned off fire at will, so they actually don't do it. Oh, cool summon in from first side from Akkeinn. It's the Knights of Immolation. These guys are insane fighters, especially for air dominance. And yeah, he lands the Savage Orc Great Shaman, trying to do some damage to the Marauders. But these guys are basically a sweeper unit, and they're gonna make sure that the Savage Orc Great Shaman goes nowhere near the opponent's side. And from Alrik, we just see a couple of Orc Warrior Biggins being summoned, as well as a Stone Troll. So cool. He's going in all in basically on the magic the armored basically stuff. Ooh, very nice dodge, man. I just played Alrik in a couple of skirmish games, and is he freaking good at just dodging spells, man. He's so insane at dodging spells. He always dodge when there's a Searing Doom, or when there's a cast of a spell that is like 5-second cast. He just about always at least partially dodges them. He's so good at it. Also, Stomach Acid, this is from the Bile Trolls. Oh, these are actually Bile Trolls. That's pretty cool. So Bile Trolls, comparative to the other ones, have both Corrosive Bile, which is -6 in melee defense, and also the Stomach Acid, which is -8 leadership, which is great into Orcs, especially because they have just terrible leadership on both Orc Boys and Goblins. So them going in here, especially with Akkeinn being near them, and basically having the Crown of Domination, basically you have a very good terror blob. This is here we go in with the stone trolls, man. They are gonna crush it with the Orc Boy Biggins on this side. This flank is definitely going to collapse. And he's doing a very nice job with Morgrips and the Sporus Goblin Spider Riders, just shooting to apply poison to everything in here. And he's currently focusing the Knights of Immolation, which again, Morgrips shooting into it will generate a bunch of value. And this is the problem when you go with a cheap front line, right? If you go with just a bunch of Marauders, they're gonna be eaten through, especially with stuff like Black Orcs, man. Like, there's nothing on this army roster that is, like, you really need either Forsaken to stand with a Bile Troll, or just something that is going to, like, keep its fighting in a long time. Because look at this, like, you have Black Orcs and there's no Hell Cannon, right? There's aspiring champions coming in. Forsaken, Black Orcs are gonna kill, murder, destroy these aspiring champions. They have 80 models, they're all armor piercing, they're pretty high stats. Those champions are not gonna have a fun time. And yeah, he's just getting picked apart by Alrik. Very well played, with just him chilling in the air and casting Gaze of Mork. Oh, that was a nasty Gaze of Mork. That was like 15% HP from just one spell that costs 5 or 8 overcast, I believe. 7 overcast. Oh my god, is that spell crazy. Then you get 15% off of a 1700 gold unit. And on the other side, oh, he summons the swamp things, basically going in. This is like the ultimate hammer and anvil, man. The anvil being the Black Orcs, and then the hammer with just 30 charge speed, but it doesn't matter because these guys hit so hard. They're just going in and murdering Marauders. They're gonna take the third point, and then it's gonna be really, really a lot of pressure onto the side of Akkeinn. He is just being really, really well counter-built in both of the games so far from the side of Alrik. Like, he both predicted the proper way to go into Ogre Kingdoms, and also very, very good plays when it comes to, like, Black Orcs specifically here, right? Because these Black Orcs are gonna trade very well into Demon Spew. And the problem with Forsaken is they have pretty poor armor piercing values after the charge, right? On the charge, they're probably going to do a bunch of damage, but after the charge, it is going to be very difficult. Oh, this is going to be a Burning Head. Oh no, an unfortunate turn from the Burning Head, actually going into the Forsaken instead of the Orc Boys there. But a nice try still. Like, that was a very good cast. Some more Chaos Trolls coming in to fight the Swamp Things. But the problem is, they're fighting 2-on-1. And even though these guys are just shitty Goblin Spears, they still have bonus attack versus the Trolls, who have pretty terrible melee defense. Plus, it just makes it so that the River Trolls don't eat every single hit here, right? They actually just get saturated, which is, if you even look at the units here, right? If we just go into this mode, you can see just a couple of Goblins, and the Trolls are fighting 1-on-1, but this Troll is hitting the spears, right? And they're just gonna be overwhelmed in a bunch of time. Oh, he even force paths through. What a play! He force paths through to try and dodge most of the Searing Doom there. That is really good plays. And yeah, seems like Akkeinn trying his best to carry this game, and it does seem like a small resurgence from the side of the Warriors of Chaos. The problem is, what is gonna kill these Black Orcs, man? Where's the other Black Orc, though? Did they get killed? They get routed or something? Like, I don't see a possibility of them actually being killed. Or I might have just missed it. I guess there are other Black Orc. Oh, there they are. Oh, they probably were just in a high blob with Strykar and some other units, so they actually got routed. So that is a good play from the side of Akkeinn. He actually got the units. He probably just popped Sword of the Slayer of Kings and then cleaved through. That is a good way to professionally kill the Black Orcs, right? Because the only thing that can kill them is stuff like Horsemen throwing axes, Hell Cannon, and let's say Archeon with his high AP plus a Slayer of Kings giving him splash damage. So that is very, very nicely played from the side of Akkeinn. On the other side, now he is back, kind of back into the game, right? There's two units routing here. They're very much near Striker. Striker applying his little sign of depravity with -8 melee defense. Routing another unit. This is pretty good. This is pretty good, especially the Aspiring Champions did avoid their natural enemy, which is the Blackworks. So as long as they don't technically go into any other Blackwork unit, they should be fine, especially with supported by the Bile Trolls. These guys are still standing strong. 8 units. Demon Spew, still good, very nice. And now it's Marauder Horseman and then Marauders coming back in. It's just 19 units total, so I feel like we have basically seen every single unit on the Warriors of Chaos roster. And he's now summoning in the Aspiring Champions, which is a good play, especially with the one killed Blackwork, and this one being relatively near death, right? So very, very good try in coming back to the actual game. Also, Archeon, there's technically nothing here that can actually kill Archeon. Unless he gets surrounded by some Boarboy Cab, which he can easily get out of with both Slayer of Kings and Searing Dooms. Like a Searing Doom right here would be money shots. Let's actually keep an eye on that. That might actually swing the game. Though, on this side, Striker kind of getting his ass beat by the River Trolls. Though, oh, does he dodge it? He tries to force path through, but he gets caught by it. But nice try. You can see the units trying to move away, right? But it did catch most of the cab there. And Striker getting potentially sniped by the Savage Orc Shaman. Casting Here We Go, trying to kill. If he kills Striker, that is definitely a way. Ooh, nice pop of the Wa as well to give the entire army basically immune to psychology, so they aren't getting routed by anything here and actually getting kept in the fight. And he actually snipes Striker here. What a great play, especially because with him gone, the main debuff that is giving him trouble is also gone, right, with the sign of depravity. So he's gonna have a bunch more time, especially with the amount of points that he has, to nicely clean up to the side. Just the Savage Orc Biggins cleaning up 2 troll units. That is also very, very much money. And he's probably just gonna continue on and charge into the Aspiring Champions with this. Aspiring Champions actually get completely wrecked by an overcasted Gaze of Mork. That is like 50% of their HP. I'm not even kidding. 50% of their HP just gets wrecked by a random Gaze of Mork with 7-1. You just have to line it up properly and have a proper angle, which is difficult to do, mind you. On the other side, let's check it out. So Flappas or Orkboar Chariots. Oh, interesting. I haven't seen Orkboy Chariots in quite a while. So just 2 Orkboy units chilling on the point, waiting for it. Horsemen throwing axes with 0 ammo, chasing down forest spider riders. A kind of a whiffed burning head, but imagine, like, I don't even know why he casted the burning head there, honestly. Because he doesn't have Striker anymore, he's like routed. And I feel like casting 2 Searing Dooms instead of just 1 burning head is much more prudent when it comes to the use of a WOM. And Savage Orc Shaman, man, really good performance from him. And that is, like, this value is not even counted in the Here We Goes that he actually casted through this game. And even though he will probably end up losing here, a pretty cool performance from the side of Akkeinn. With this back charge, it's going to break the Horseman, and Archeon is going to basically be left by Forest Goblin Spider Riders, Orc Boar Boys, and another Here We Go. Oh my god, another Here We Go coming in. But Archeon actually pops Slayer of Kings and says, welcome to my blob. This is my blob now. I'm going to cleave every single one of you into the end of existence, right? If he casted like a... oh no, the Knights of Immolation are back. Is this going to be the bombardment that saves the game? Oh my god, what a great bombardment. These guys are gonna instantly rout from the charge. Archeon actually saves the day here with the terror alongside the Knights of Immolation. Crazy, crazy play. Also, Marauders coming in. He's kind of capturing the side objective here. More groups are back. They're gonna be shooting into the back of these aspiring champions. The small things still alive, still chilling. More still, Archeon is not going down, man. And the Savage Orc Great Shaman is a very weak lord when it comes to like both HP and how tanky he is. So he needs to go back into the air and just chill. If he gets like a side shot from a different gaze of Mork or something, that is gonna be good. But the problem is now the points, right? He has the point number 1 or point number 3, pardon, and he does have kind of the capture weight when it comes to point number 2. But the problem is there's still a couple of Orc Boy units here. They're gonna stall for time, and he has just like 60 seconds left to capture the rest of the objectives before they fully flip. And nothing is stopping basically this 4 Spider Rider and an Orc Boy just going to objective 3 and then splitting the hairs of time when it comes to capturing the objectives here. So even if he gets this one, there is very little he can do to get the number 1, especially with Swamp Things probably coming back. And then the 3 can just be split pushed. So this is a very nice and close game in the end, even though it didn't look like it fully. But man, the Here We Goes really did potentially carry this in the blobs. Alrik, again, so good at dodging spells, and even with such good dodges on the spells and force pathing through, Archeon gets 3.6k. Wow. Striker ended up not being the best. He half paid for himself with Sign of Depravity. I believe he's like 1650, I believe, or 1600. So very much underpaying for himself. But again, the way that he wins blob fights is like comboed with Bile Trolls. They apply the leadership debuff. Archeon comes in with crown, with his crown thing, Crown of Torment, and gives terror basically to himself. That makes the leadership so difficult to keep for the side of the Greenskins. And then they just apply Sign of Depravity, which is a great tactic. Like I love this way of tactic. It is quite unfortunate that we don't have the Bearmen anymore, right? Because that would have made this tactic even stronger. And Demon Spew, man, 1200, I did not expect this, but he just wants all of the debuffs, and they also have a debuff. When it comes to the aspiring champions, very nice priority summoning from him, because he brought in the aspiring champions and kept them completely away from the Black Orcs, right? And that is the way that you actually want to play it. You want to get favorable matchups in every single thing that you in every single fight that you try to do, unless you're really forced to and have no other way to fight. Knights of Immolation didn't end up being the best when it comes to their first summon, and he even did have a Soul of Damnation, but he was just too afraid to bring it out, which is unfortunate, and it makes sense because the Shaman had the Gaze of Mork. 2.5k on a flying Great Shaman without even acknowledging his Here We Goes is amazing. Like that's the best thing you can do. 2.2k on Orc Boy Biggins. These are probably the ones that routed the orcs, the trolls, pardon. Very nice performance from the Black Orcs. Honestly, that is way more than you would expect normally from them. More grubs, basically 2 lives paying for themselves, weren't done in the second life, like a classic. Also Stone Trolls, very nice. And yeah, all of the Bacon Cav is just so good in this matchup, all of them literally. Very well played to Alrik and Akkeinn. I'll see you guys in the next series. 2-0 to Alrik, and remember to like and subscribe.